Hello everyone, and welcome again from the European Parliament here in Brussels, one of my regular video updates. I feel like I need to take the time out on this one, not to just talk about procedural occurrences, not to talk about what I'm doing day to day, but to talk a little bit more about actually why I'm here and why I got involved in politics. Certainly for those of you who are my constituents in the West Midlands as a member of the European Parliament, I think it's key that you understand exactly why I'm here. Yes, of course, as a UKIP MEP, I was obviously here to battle for, campaign for, and try to get national sovereignty returned, and I'm very glad that we appear to be on the way to that. But it simply wasn't just about that. And I get a little frustrated sometimes when maybe by our own fault as politicians and our messaging just doesn't come through clearly enough. And I think it's really crucial that you understand what makes people like me tick, why certainly I'm here, and why I haven't gone back into the world of selling steel that I used to do before, or any one of a number of jobs. And maybe I'll probably be there quite soon after we finally have Brexit. But the real reason why I do this is because for all of my life, I've had an overwhelming feeling that there are too many people trying to tell all of us what to do. Too many rules, too many regulations, too many people, often for the best of intentions, but seeking to try and dictate to us what we do as human beings in our own lives. Quite frankly, if you harm no one, if you are offensive and hostile to no one, then why should the state, be it the UK state or the supranational state in the case of the EU, why should it tell you how to live your life? Why should it be caring from cradle to grave? Why should it not actually just be there as a safety net? The point is, we are born free. From that moment of birth, there is nothing but people trying to take portions of that freedom away from us. Whether it be the taxman trying to take a portion of what we earn, whether it be the state trying to tell us through health and safety what we should do, or political correctness, what we should think and say. There's always somebody trying to remove a portion of that freedom. And for me, my real motivation wasn't to release the UK from the EU specifically. That's just part of the whole thing. You can't be more locally and independently free if you're still governed by a larger body. But actually I want us to be freed more from our own state as well. I'm involved in this because I think individuals should be respected and given the freedom and the right to dress as they wish, to worship as they wish, to live as they wish. I certainly think that in the case of people who smoke and drink alcohol, they're taxed so much for the privilege that we can't really grumble about them making use of the NHS. The amount of tax revenue is phenomenal that these people do. In fact, I'd like to see it slashed. I think it's completely unfair that much of this is set by the state and the government to dictate our lifestyles to us. Well, frankly, why should it? We're free. We were born that way. What we were born with a God-given right, let no man take away. And the state's role should really be to preserve law and order, to preserve our borders, and to preserve national defence so that we don't come under threat from either hostile nations or terrorists. Too much in modern times, people with the best of intentions have decided that what they should really do is look after us, make sure we're all okay. Well, no thank you. What you should do is remove yourself from our way. Let us be the best we can be. Let people understand that they can aspire to better, that they can be free. I've released a booklet through the EFDD group, which is coming out soon, and that booklet will be talking all about these freedoms and this libertarian aspect towards life, because libertarian isn't a dirty word. Libertarian doesn't mean I'm all right, Jack. Libertarian means freeing people up to be the best they can. Of course, there should always be a safety net, and that's what the state is there for. The weakest in society, the poorest in society, should be made sure that they're okay. But if you've got the opportunity to improve yourself, to better yourself, you don't need telling how to do that. You don't need a hand out, a hand up, a hand down, You need the space to know that when I do better, I'll keep more of that money. It won't be redistributed by other people to projects and people they think deserve it. That's not freedom for me. So when it comes to my future in politics and the decisions I take, they will all be based around freedom being centre of my thoughts. I think that it's the single most important thing in anyone's life. And I'm proud to be a member of UKIP because we so often have worked for freedom, and the EFDD group itself has been based around direct democracy and more personal freedom. And as long as the party still represents those values and the group still represents those values, I'll be a proud member. But I follow no lead on this. I stand by my principles. So whatever happens in elections and time to come, I want those of you who've supported me and who've voted for me and who've worked with me to know that other things may change, but I will not. My principles will remain there and I will stay firm to them. I feel it's the best way of honouring all the support that I've had along the way to get to where I am. And I will not budge from those principles. So no matter how tough it gets, I'll always be there fighting for what I believe is the best thing, which is personal freedom. And we'll make sure that every policy that I'm involved in honours and respects the principles that I've laid out today. Thank you for watching this. I hope that I'll meet many of you and you can ask me direct questions through social media and other ways. But it's important to me, perhaps now more than ever, that people really understand what I'm doing here and why I do it. And as my constituents, friends, neighbours, I just want to thank you for all the support I've had, and I'll keep on battling away as long as you let me. Thank you.